Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Welcome to Super Breakfast Friends Club.
Yep.
That's us.
I never know if I'm going to be able to squeak something out in time because, half the time I'm so busy drawing the absolute dumbest things you've ever witnessed with your eyeballs that I forget to be in the show.
Yeah, I know. There's a couple episodes where I think you only say one thing in like 2 hours.
That sounds accurate, yeah.
But I don't think anyone's noticed.
All you have to do is just put in some ambient bathroom noises.
Alright, well, some of those are in there now.
I'm sorry.
Let's play the opening.
Do it!
Much has changed since the last Mortal Kombat tournament. Dark forces of Outworld have begun invading the Earth realm. These attacks are seriously weakening Earth's dimensional fabric, enabling not only Outworlders to enter the Earth realm, but warriors from other domains as well. Only the most extraordinary warriors could possibly meet this challenge. Liu Kang, Princess Kitana, Sub-Zero, Jax, Sonya Blade, Nightwolf, Kiva, Curtis Stryker. Driven by purpose and bound by honor, these are the defenders of the realm.
It's this again. It's Mortal Kombat.
We've come back because we didn't die last time.
I think it's been almost a year since
Something like that.
last looked
Because
at this.
I was still taking notes like in a notebook. Because watching this, I was like, I think this is what broke me, having to take notes for this ridiculous show.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
I was like, wait a second, it's the year 2022, and I am on a laptop.
So this episode is called Sting of the Scorpion, and it aired September 28th, 1996. I know, I said way back when we looked at the first one, I said we need to come back soon because I want to see Scorpion.
Well, a year is soon on a cosmic scale.
True.
And I do tend to operate on a cosmic scale.
I weigh myself on a cosmic scale every morning.
2 galaxies.
Weighing yourself on a cosmic scale is the best way to feel good about your weight loss. I don't even weigh like 1% of what the Earth weighs. I'm doing great. So they spent the entire first episode teasing Scorpion and then he didn't show up. So we needed to come back to the second episode and see Scorpion. There was a part of me that kind of expected Scorpion to still not show up going into this.
What, like Captain Falcon?
Yeah, exactly. I don't know, maybe they spend 12 episodes teasing Scorpion and then he shows up in the 13th.
Maybe.
So we're here, we're in the Cave.
Mortal Cave Bat?
Yeah, the Wolf Cave.
Yeah, I guess, because that's the only time we ever see Nightwolf.
Yeah, he just lives in this cave. He's afraid to leave it.
Nightwolf's afraid to leave his cave?
See, I know that you were making a Hey Arnold Stoop Kid reference there.
Mm-hmm.
Even though it was entirely inscrutable.
Entirely inscrutable is my brand.
So here we have Raiden, Sonya Blade, Liu Kang, Jax Briggs, Curtis Stryker, Sub-Zero, Kitana, and Nightwolf in this first shot.
You may remember them from the first episode.
All I remember is that Raiden is played by Mr. Krabs.
Oh yeah,
Stryker
Sub-Zero is Luke Perry.
Yeah, Sub-Zero is Luke Perry, and Stryker is Ron Perlman.
I forgot about that
one. And I think Kitana is Kree Summer, I want to say.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, Nightwolf, I think, was telling them that a rip has opened in the Tibetan mountains.
Yeah, because apparently Earth is lousy with portals.
Yeah, we're told later on that the reason Earth is such a prize for people of other worlds is that it's like, what did Kitana says it's like a way station for other realms or something?
It's the hub town that you go and buy all your armor and stuff from.
Yeah, so all the bad guys want to take Earth so that they have easy access to the other realms. Raiden is worried that Scorpion's going to hole up in this ancient burial ground fortress up in the mountains.
Why? Just because it's full of a bunch of skeletons for him to resurrect? That doesn't make sense.
I don't think they know that that's what he's doing yet, do they? At this point?
I have no idea, to be honest.
I think that was just a coincidence.
I was just very distracted by the fact that Raiden is perpetually angry and perpetually useless, and I love that about him.
He can't do anything, and he's constantly disappointed in everyone else.
It's so good.
I think we commented on that in the first episode, too.
Like, he has some defense this time, later when they have to go to the Outworlds, and he's like, I have no power there, and it's like, alright, but what's your excuse on Earth?
Yeah, I do love, right near the beginning, I think it's Sonya asks why he can't help them. And, and all he offers in defense is,
sometime when the world isn't about to be invaded, I'll draw you a diagram.
It's like, that wasn't an answer, sir.
Well, the point is that he doesn't have time to get into the intricacies of why he's useless.
Yeah, and the writers don't have time to figure it out either.
While everybody's off fighting Scorpion, Raiden is back at the Batcave making a PowerPoint presentation about why he can't fight good.
He's already retired.
Yeah. He can't come out of retirement unless it's a big event, like a WrestleBoy match.
He has an exclusivity contract with the movies, so he can't help in the TV show. Anyway, they all fly away in their combat ships. Isn't that weird? I don't know, the idea that Mortal Kombat has so much of these ships flying around is really strange to me.
It is a little weird, but I've accepted it.
Yeah, I guess I need to. I don't know why. Maybe it was explained in the first episode. Maybe it's explained in the movie that I haven't seen. I had no idea that Kitana wasn't from Earth. I thought she was just from Earth.
Okay, so it's not just me.
Okay, good. This was news to you as well?
It has been a year since we watched the first episode, in fairness to us, but I had completely forgotten or never knew.
Yeah, I thought she was like a princess of some secret Japanese thing or something.
Yeah.
Apparently, I looked it up. She's 10,000 years old.
Yeah, she mentions that.
And she's from a realm called Edenia in the games, but I don't think that's the case here.
The case here seems to be that she's just from the Outworlds or whatever.
Yeah,
not really anywhere specifically.
They mention later on about her being the rightful heir to the throne or something of the Outworlds. So. But they have a little more of a chat about Liu Kang's ridiculous fight against Sub-Zero Sr.
Oh my god, I'm so glad that they did, because I had forgotten and it was a trip. I had a great time.
That flashback scene is my favorite scene in the first episode.
That's my favorite scene in any media ever. Where Kitana just steps from behind a pillar, tells Liu Kang to use the water of life or something to defeat him, and he just splashes a bucket of water on him.
And then immediately looks into the middle distance and says, "Could I have one without Kitana's secret?"
Which, don't worry, he's still worried about that.
Yeah, that's his main conflict throughout this episode. The fact that he still can't decide whether or not he could have won if she hadn't told him to splash water on the enemy. Meanwhile, over in Sub-Zero and Striker's ship, Sub-Zero has given us some Scorpion backstory. Scorpion, I guess, had a dishonorable death. We're not really told much about it. And he wasn't allowed into the good afterlife. So into
the club.
Yeah, so his spirit was banished to the realm of lost souls, where he swore revenge. And he absorbs a bunch of ghosts. And as he's absorbing the ghosts, he says the thing.
Yes, he does.
Get over here!
I don't know why they use that as an excuse, because they do it later in the episode.
And later in the episode makes way more sense.
Yeah, because he's actually doing the thing.
Yeah, when he does it at this point, it doesn't feel like something that you should be saying while you're absorbing ghosts.
What should you be saying when you're absorbing ghosts?
I don't know, but get over here doesn't seem right.
What do you say when you're ghost gulping?
Oh, ghost gulping? I say boo appetit. I don't know. What do you say?
I don't know. I usually don't say anything because absorbing ghosts is just kind of part of my day.
Yeah.
It happens passively.
I guess if I was absorbing ghosts, I probably wouldn't have a catchphrase.
It would just be the sound of the poltergust.
Yeah.
I just love the scene where like all of the spirits are going to the portal to heaven or something, and then it disappears once Scorpion gets there, and it banishes him to super hell.
Yeah. Which seems to just be a cave full of ghosts.
It's just a cave full of ghosts that are just waiting to be absorbed by the next rando that shows up.
Yeah, and apparently absorbing all those ghosts means that he can't die, or is refusing to die or something.
He's dead, but not dead enough.
Yeah. So basically the gist of it is that Sub-Zero hates Scorpion.
Yes.
Their clans have some kind of, like, ancient feud or whatever.
I don't remember if I mentioned it in the first episode, but the Mortal Kombat movie that came out a few years ago, not the ones that came back out in the 90s, but a few years ago, that one was actually pretty good. That was a fun one. And it does go into the Scorpion and Sub-Zero thing a bit more, but it's been like 3 years since I've seen it, and heck if I remember.
Maybe someday we'll start covering movies on this show, but it's not today.
No.
What about all the Scorpion ships?
That look like bloated scorpions?
Yeah, little funny Scorpion ships flying around, and then there's just like an extended dogfight between the Mortal Kombat ships and the Scorpion ships.
When they first encounter the Scorpion ships, I think it's Sonya Blade. She's like, oh, Scorpion! I'm like, how does she know? And then I saw with my eyes that he had designed his ship so everyone would know who was attacking.
Yes, this undead ancient ninja has built a bunch of ships that look like scorpions.
And they're being piloted by skeletons.
So we just get this extended dogfight. I was watching it and I'm like, this would make more sense if we were watching like a Star Fox show or like a Galaga show.
Twin Bee.
Yeah. Even Twinbee had less mid-air dogfights than this. But Sonya and Jax get shot down and die. I remember there being, I think the first ad break for both this episode and the first episode ended on it looking like someone just died. One of the main cast.
I get the feeling that's going to be a recurring theme.
Yes, I was wondering if every episode has an Act 1 break that just ends with... Because in both cases, it very clearly looked like they died, and then you come back and they just, like, sidestep it.
They're just standing, safe and sound.
Yeah. So the ship explodes, and then the fire, like, turns into a dragon and flies away?
Yeah.
Did that make any sense to you? There was, like, no explanation for why that happened. I don't know if that's a thing. Any Mortal Kombat fans out there, if that's a thing that I don't know about? Does all fire in the Mortal Kombat universe turn into dragons and fly away? Because I sure didn't understand what was going on. But anyway, now everyone starts getting out of their ships, including the yippin' and yappin' skeletons.
Oh my god, they sounded like hyenas!
They sure did.
I don't believe it.
Oh, they were really funny.
I hated it. It was hard to listen to.
I thought it was hilarious. Why were they yipping and yapping?
I don't know. You would think a skeleton wouldn't have much of a voice box laugh.
Yeah, you'd think. I had forgotten how stupid Sonya Blade's one-liners were.
Forget squeamish. Now I'm ticked. Who wants to wear my ring?
This whole show is full of just the worst dialogue.
Yeah, but Sonya in particular, they really decided she was the one to deliver the one-liners. And they're all bad.
Yep.
Jax has a few stinkers too. There's one point here where he picks up a skeleton over his head and drops it on another one. But it feels like it's been censored because it cuts away really quickly.
This entire episode felt like it had been censored because any like meaningful impact in combat is cut away from.
Yes. So it cuts away from him dropping the skeleton on the other one. And then he says,
"Rest in peace." Or should I say, pieces.
So I feel like it would have made more sense if we'd seen the impact and seen the skeleton break apart. It's a skeleton.
Mm-hmm.
You know, who cares if a skeleton falls apart?
The impact is implied. We can't have that kind of recreatable violence on our our television.
We can't have children picking up other children by their skeletons and dropping them on each other's heads. So this is where Scorpion shows up. But he doesn't really do anything. He just sends his yipping and yapping skeletons to do the work.
Yeah, because he's busy raising yipping and yapping skeletons.
Scorpion, by the way, also played by Ron Perlman.
Good.
Striker and Sub-Zero fight a bunch of skeletons. And did you notice the cartoon sound effects?
How did I not notice? They were incredible.
Yeah, like every time somebody's twirling, it's always like a Hanna-Barbera sound effect.
Like a Three Stooges whoop 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 noise.
Basically. Really funny. Sub-Zero freezes one of the skeletons and shatters it, which we are allowed to see.
Yeah, I noticed that too. Like, we can watch a skeleton break into teeny tiny pieces, but if you so much as try to kick a skeleton in half, they have to cut away.
Also, why is this not where they used rest in pieces? Like
Because he broke into pieces?
Yeah. They could have put it here. They wasted it on the other one.
Do you take Sub-Zero as the kind of man to deliver one-liners?
Well, the thing is, when it happened, when this skeleton shattered, I didn't think about who was doing it, but there was a part of me that expected someone to say it again. Like, imagine this whole episode, they're shattering skeletons, and like 5 different characters say rest in pieces because none of them know that the others have already said it.
Sub-Zero is a man of honor. He's not gonna drop a one-liner.
Yeah, you're right. Scorpion sending skeletons into a portal. When he raises up all of the undead, he raises up a bunch of undead to serve as his minions, because that's apparently a thing he can do.
Mm-hmm.
And he refers to them as the Dishonored.
The Dishonored Dead.
The Dishonored Dead.
Is that what he said?
Yes.
I heard Dishonored did.
Dishonored Dead.
No. He can't raise any of the honorable dead because they've gone to fighter heaven or whatever. He can only summon the nasty boys.
Oh, the bad boys.
Mm-hmm.
The bikers.
Yeah, all the ickies left.
Yeah, so he raises up a bunch of Gibdos.
Yeah. Gibdos and Stalfos.
I guess that is what they are. And Liu Kang, for some reason, stops Sub-Zero from chasing Scorpion through the portal. I don't know why, because they then chase him through anyway.
Because Sub-Zero is not fighting honorably. He's been overcome by anger, and you can't... How are you going to defeat evil if you're an angry boy?
That's true. I've never once defeated evil when I've been an angry boy. Or otherwise.
Yeah, you tend to aid and abet evil.
Do I? You don't count
We're
as
friends,
evil.
aren't we?
So this is where Raiden shows up like a disappointed dad.
Mm-hmm.
What is it? He just shows up and he's just like...
Not happy.
Yeah, something like that.
I felt like he was disappointed in me.
I felt incredible because Sassy Raiden is giving me life.
Oh, he's the best character, for sure. He's the best thing about this entire show. I'm pretty sure we had that opinion last time as well.
Probably, because he's still great.
He just shows up. He doesn't want to do anything, but he also wants everyone to know that he thinks they're idiots and that he could have easily done this.
Mm-hmm.
So he tells them that they need to get Scorpion into a portal so that he can send him back to the realm of lost souls. But like, didn't Scorpion just walk into a portal on his own?
It's a different portal.
Does it? I don't know. I don't understand. I don't understand the mechanics of the portals.
I don't think the writers do either.
So they go through the portal to Outworld. This scene, we get like 3 name drops.
Yeah.
Of characters who do not appear.
You're just supposed to know them from the games and or movie.
So we're told they need to be careful because if Shao Kahn finds out that they're here, he'll want to kill Kitana. We don't get to see Shao Kahn. Then we're told that Kitana knows where Scorpion went, but they're going to have to go past Motaro's territory, so they have to be careful. Motaro doesn't show up.
No.
I had to look up who Motaro was. It's a big centaur guy.
Okay. I think somebody says an offhand joke about centaurs.
Yes, they do. But, you know, absolutely no reason for this name drop because it doesn't come up.
Right.
So on the way, Kitana and Sub-Zero bond over being outcast losers who don't fit in on Earth.
Is Sub-Zero's from Earth, though, right?
I don't think he is. I think they're both maybe from Outworld.
Sub-Zero's from Earth. I thought Sub-Zero's just like a Japanese man.
That's what I thought too, until this conversation happened.
Well, what I took from that is that Sub-Zero feels like he can't fit in because he's got ice powers.
Maybe. I don't know. By the end of this episode, I was convinced that Sub-Zero and Scorpion are both also from Outworld. But maybe I just didn't understand because this show doesn't explain itself very well.
No, you need to do a lot of outside homework.
Like we said last time, this show really expects you to have seen the movie, at least. And it also, I think, expects you to have played, like, the first 2 games as well.
And actually remembered that there's a story involved instead of just mashing buttons like I did.
Yeah.
I'm not good at fighting games.
No, me neither. I'm good at Smash Brothers, but that's really more of a platformer than a fighting game.
Yeah.
So they arrive at the Dishonored Burial Grounds, where Kitana explains that all the evil warriors are buried deep down underground like Shang Tsung. Who is that? I don't know. We won't get to see him.
But he's apparently an evil man.
I think he might be the final boss of the first game, and maybe
I think he is.
he was like the enemy of the movie. I'm not sure.
The name is familiar, but I don't remember his thing.
Yeah,
She
same.
makes it sound like he's dead,
Yes.
and Scorpion goes there to wake him up.
Yeah, that's pretty much what was going on. And I think if they killed him in the first game/movie, that would make sense.
True.
But I don't remember who he was. I looked up his sprite and I was like, oh, it's that guy. Don't remember who it is.
Well, now I gotta look him up. I should have done this when I watched it, but I was in a fugue state.
That's the best way to enjoy this show.
Shang Tsung. Oh, no, I remember him.
Do you know anything about him?
Not a dang thing.
Okay, cool. I was wondering if you would have any insight to share, but
No, I don't know anything about the lore of Mortal Kombat because, like I said, I'm terrible at fighting games.
all I know is what I looked up when I researched the first episode of this. So
I'm always endlessly fascinated by fighting games because I think they have cool rosters and they usually have pretty cool stories, but the problem is I'm so bad at them that it's hard for me to know what the story is because
Yeah.
I die so many times.
and also most of the time the story's only given in like supplementary materials like manga and stuff.
True.
Because like I played Mortal Kombat 1, it doesn't really tell you what's going on. I want a fighting game that has a cutscene between each stage, but most of them only have one at the very, very end. So skeletons appear,
As is their want.
and here we get to listen to Deeper Down by Sister Machine Gun.
I hated it. It was not good.
No, you didn't like it?
No. Like, for the most part, watching this episode felt like being at a 2000s rave with just dance music blasting. This song really took me out of it.
Yeah, it was a weird choice. I looked up this song. I think it might have been written for this. So it's by Sister Machine Gun, but this seems to be the first place this song ever appeared, and the second place this song appeared was on an album called Mortal Kombat More Combat. And it was a compilation of songs inspired by the first Mortal Kombat movie. Do you remember when they used to do this?
Yeah.
They used to bring out an album and it was like, songs inspired by this movie. It's like, what does that mean? They were never songs that were in the movie.
But it was written in memoriam.
Yeah, because I remember, like, I'd be looking for the actual soundtrack to a movie and I'd always come across these songs inspired by the movie albums. And I never understood who they were for.
Yeah. I remember the first encounter that I had with something like this was I was looking for the soundtrack for Firefly, the movie, and all I could find was like songs from the radio, but in Firefly now.
Oh, Firefly as in
or sorry, Serenity, yeah.
Yeah. It's weird.
Yeah?
During this fight, there's a part where Jax says,
How about an anatomy lesson, homeboys?
and then pounds the ground, making a miniature earthquake that trips the skeletons up. What did that have to do with anatomy?
Well, all skeletons are tertiarily involved in anatomy on account of they have and are anatomy.
But in what way did Jax creating a small earthquake give them a lesson in anatomy?
Because allegedly the skeleton broke into pieces, but that was deemed unfit for the censors.
He should have said, how about a geology lesson?
How about a I'm gonna smash the ground lesson?
Yeah, right? That makes more sense. So Sub-Zero and Kitana and Liu Kang all make a break for the secret cavern or whatever. Meanwhile, Jax, he cracks a skeleton like an egg, but we don't get to see it.
At first it looked like he was choking the skeleton out. I was like, you're going to be at that a long time, buddy.
Yeah, but then it cuts to just an extreme close-up of Jax's eyes, and we just hear, it sounds like an egg cracking.
Gotcha!
And then there's a dinosaur.
There's a dinosaur, and it poses zero threat. They just Sub-Zero immediately freezes it, and they go on about their day.
Yeah, it shows up. It's there for a second. It gets frozen solid. It doesn't even attack them. It just looks at them. It's like, oh, what are you doing here?
Oh no, was that today?
And then that's the end of it.
That's the end of that chapter.
Just for no reason, a dinosaur. So Sub-Zero fights a bunch of skeletons here, and he's making like the weediest noises while he does it. It's these weedy little...
Out of my way!
Weedy boy sounds.
Weedy boys.
Do you remember all the ice dancing he did in the first episode?
Yes, it was beautiful.
It was. Why doesn't he do any in this one?
He's too busy being an angry boy. He can't ice dance with no honor.
And he just gets bodied by a skeleton. Right?
It was great.
He gets bodied twice in this episode. The second time is when they chase Scorpion up the stairs because he's going up these huge staircase
He's very slowly ascending this staircase in the background.
Yeah, while they fight the skeletons. And at the top there's like, I guess, a statue of Shang Tsung. They've honored this dishonorable villain with a statue.
Yeah, like I thought that maybe he was interred in this statue or something, and so Scorpion was gonna raise him from the statue. But no, the statue just like moves and there's a portal to hell behind it or something.
Oh, is that what I didn't understand.
I didn't really either. I'm gonna be honest, I don't really know that that's what happened either.
Liu Kang tells Sub-Zero,
Don't let your anger give Scorpion the edge.
which Sub-Zero immediately follows up with an unhinged rage scream.
Yeah, and he leaps at him.
Yeah, and gets bodied again. Doesn't he just get thrown down the stairs?
Yeah, he does.
And they have moments before Scorpion reaches his goal, but Liu Kang stops to help Sub-Zero up the stairs, and as they're walking up the stairs, they have like a heart-to-heart. Sub-Zero says, I don't remember exactly what he said, but he says this really overly wordy sentence that I had to listen to again to process what he meant. So here it is. I'm going to play it right here.
It is said that Princess Kitana gave you the secret to defeating my brother. I too wondered if you could have beaten him without it. In my heart, I believe the answer is yes.
But what he's basically saying is, I think you could have beat my brother without Kitana's help.
Yes.
But he says it
you
in
didn't need
such
that
a
bucket of water.
he says it in such a roundabout way.
And it always just comes back to the bucket of water. That's the part that I love the most.
Yeah.
That Liu Kang is haunted by this bucket of water. But it's fine because Liu Kang challenges Scorpion to a duel, which is going to immediately put a halt to whatever nefarious plans he had.
So Liu Kang challenges Scorpion to Mortal Kombat.
Scorpion, I challenge you to Mortal Kombat.
But however, there are no arcade machines here, so instead they fight. Is it like Scorpion leads with his get over here move, right?
Get over here!
Yeah,
And
he shoots
he's-
a snake out of his hand.
Right. So I've played the game, and I never interpreted it as that was a thing that was actually coming out of his hand.
Yeah, no.
Because it like grows out of the palm of his hand and fires out.
Yeah, like a hole opens and we have to watch it happen.
I just always thought he was throwing a thing.
Yeah, like he had a chain with him, an item that he brought from home.
Yeah, but apparently it's a part of him that grows from his hand when needed.
And has a snake head.
And during this fight, we get to listen to another song that's on that same album.
Oh, yeah.
This one is called It Has Begun by Psychosonic.
It has begun!
Is the It Mortal Kombat?
Yes! This one feels a lot more of a Mortal Kombat song.
It did.
I think it's actually using samples from the game, maybe. Liu Kang does some more silly yelling. I remember that being a thing that he did in the first episode too.
Yeah, me too. It was great.
You know, I'm wondering if every important fight in Liu Kang's life has someone on the sidelines yelling advice to him.
Probably.
Because Kitana did it, and now Sub-Zero's doing it.
Liu Kang, concentrate. See him with your mind's eye. Believe in yourself.
He gets through life with the power of friendship.
And then, like, do you think the next episode Liu Kang is going to be like, could I have beaten Scorpion without Sub-Zero's secret?
Without Sub-Zero telling me to stop doubting myself?
So he wins. He beats Scorpion up. And then Sub-Zero picks Scorpion up and is like holding him over the edge of the pyramid. Liu Kang just watches up to a certain point. He just watches it happening, and then it goes like he's about to go too far with this, and he says, don't do that, and he doesn't. I don't know about you, but I found the staging of it so funny.
It was pretty good.
It's because it's really quick. It's just like an immediate cut to Sub-Zero holding Scorpion over his head at the edge. And then Liu Kang says don't. And then it immediately cuts to Sub-Zero looking sad, and then cuts again to him laying Scorpion on the ground. Like, so quickly. It was really funny. I feel like the first episode also had a lot of hilarious staging.
The first episode was a mess.
And this one isn't?
This one is perfection. There was a dinosaur that did nothing. There are giggling skeletons.
Hissing mummies, giggling skeletons. So Raiden shows up out of nowhere.
Yeah.
I thought he had no power here, but he demonstrates some power.
He teleports there. That sounds like power to me.
He teleports there, and then I feel like he's the one who... Like, he shows up and he yells, "Finish him!" Because...
He says the thing.
Yeah, he says another one of the things. And then he opens up a portal.
See, my understanding was that Scorpion had successfully opened up the portal, but it just took a convenient amount of time for it to reveal itself.
Oh, okay. So Raiden just pointed at it at exactly the moment that it opened.
Somebody has some kind of line about it, like implying Scorpion was the one that sealed his own fate in the naughty zone.
Okay. Well, maybe that's Raiden's excuse.
Raiden just wanted to make it look like he did something for once.
My favorite thing about it is, so this portal is open, and they're supposed to put Scorpion in the portal. But instead of...
They curl him in there?
Yeah, instead of picking him up and just tossing him in the portal, Sub-Zero uses his ice powers to, like, slowly push him in, whilst also freezing him solid.
Well, he was expecting Liu Kang to get in front of him with the broom and sweep it so he'd move faster.
Also, the cherry on the top is the Looney Tunes rocket sound it makes as his body falls into the hole.
Like Wile E. Coyote falling off a cliff.
Yeah. So good. And then the mummies fly away.
Well, they're no longer animated by eldritch magic, so they fly to heaven.
They fly away like Tinkerbell into the sky.
It's a perfect ending.
Somebody says something about wanting to take a rest, but Nightwolf calls them and says another rip is starting, and a portal appears right behind them. Raiden says,
Mortal Kombat continues.
I'm pretty sure that's how the first episode ended.
Yeah, I wonder if every episode ends like that.
I wonder if every episode is just a frantic scrabble of fighting, and then it ends with Mortal Kombat continues.
This one ended so abruptly, didn't it?
It sure did.
It was just like we're done.
Is Scorpion gone for good? Is that the end of Scorpion?
I don't know. Shall I look it up?
I think we need to know, because it made it sound very final. But if that was how they defeated one of the most powerful villains...
One of the most popular villains, too.
Yeah, popular, for sure.
No, he doesn't show up again.
Are you kidding me?
That's
how they send off Scorpion?
Yeah, they freeze him and curl him into the portal.
In episode 2! This man dragged himself out of hell. And they just push him into a pyramid and he dies again.
Yep. I'm looking at the synopsis of different episodes here. And it looks like not only does Scorpion never show up again, but also the thing Scorpion was trying to do here and failed is achieved like 2 episodes later by a different villain.
What's the point of this show? Poor Scorpion. Rest in peace. He built all those spaceships for nothing.
Yeah, all those Scorpion ships. They did design work for that.
There's engineers. There's an R&D team.
Well, I just meant the, show artists.
I'm talking about the deep lore.
Anyway, that's the end. That's how the episode ends.
That's the whole thing.
It was
a
weird.
Frantic Scrabble.
Yeah, right. It felt like very little happened, but it still felt extremely rushed.
Yeah.
I don't know how they managed that.
I don't know why they couldn't stretch out the Scorpion arc to at least 2 episodes.
Yeah.
Episode 1, you find out what he's up to. Episode 2, you throw him into the pyramid hole.
They spent the entire first episode teasing him showing up because they knew he was a big name. And then they just killed him off in episode 2. And he didn't even really get to do anything.
We didn't really get to see him fight. It was just his skeleton.
Yeah, mostly.
He did one get over here, and it immediately broke.
Yeah, really, they squandered him.
I can't even think of words to voice my disappointment.
Okay, the show does end on a cliffhanger. So I wonder if they were planning on bringing him back for season 2.
Maybe.
And then season 2 never happened.
He just goes and sucks up more ghosts.
Yeah, of course. What, you just send him back to where he became powerful in the first place? It's not a solution, is it?
Didn't really think that went through, did you, Raiden?
Weird that they name-dropped 3 different characters who didn't appear at all.
I mean, they're building them up the same way they built up Scorpion, so they can die in one episode.
And that makes sense for 2 of them, but it doesn't make any sense for Motaro.
Does he not show up in the show at all?
I think he does, but what doesn't make sense to me here is that the entire mention of Motaro is we're going to have to be careful that we don't bump into Motaro as we go through his territory, which to me says they're going to bump into Motaro as they go through his territory. But then it's just, there's nothing to that.
They get to the Cavern of Dead People.
After 5 minutes of walking.
Yeah. We never even really see what they pass, what sights they see. They're just immediately there.
Yeah.
No Centaur Man at all.
So you're right. They could have dragged this arc out just by having this be where they find out what Scorpion's up to, but then the second half of the episode is them dealing with Motaro on the way.
Yeah.
That would have been perfect.
And if they really want to stretch it out, then Shao Kahn gets involved somehow.
Yeah,
and everyone
next
goes to jail.
Next episode, they have to go through Shao Kahn's house.
Yeah.
And he finds them and chases them around like a Tom and Jerry cartoon.
He's got a rolling pin.
Yeah.
He's got his hair up in curlers.
One point they run through a hole that's too small for him and he comes out the other side shaped like the hole.
I mean, if they're gonna have Looney Tunes noises, they might as well.
That's my line of thinking too. They've already got the sound effects for this stuff.
If they're gonna curl a man into a hellhole.
The sound effects really... It really feels like whoever was doing the sound and whoever was doing the writing were on different pages.
I think the sound person is the true MVP.
Me too. Those were the biggest laughs I got. Much bigger than any laugh I got from any of the one-liners.
Oh yeah, those are terrible.
The sound effects were what was really pulling me. Because don't try and tell me this show isn't trying to be funny. It's absolutely full of punchlines. They're just all terrible ones.
They're just dumb action punchlines, like, nice to meet you.
Yeah, I will never stop thinking about Jax popping that skeleton like a grape off screen.
Did you feel very attacked by that as a skeleton yourself?
No, not really. It was the close-up. It was the close-up of the eyes and his, satisfied look as it happened. I was like, oh, that's actually like, in a way, it's worse than showing it because it left it to my imagination.
Because we just get to see how happy he is while he does it.
Yeah, and hear the sound.
It takes the focus away from the act and puts it solely on the psyche of Jax.
Yeah, and I think he might be the biggest sociopath in the group now.
Well, Liu Kang and Sub-Zero are men of honor,
Yeah,
so it can't be them.
yeah. Sub-Zero, I think, views himself as a sociopath, but isn't one.
Yeah, he's just a gentle boy that thinks he's much darker than he is.
Yeah.
You can't get close to me, Kitana. I'm damaged goods.
I only hurt everyone I touch. Meanwhile, everyone he touches is like, oh, he's a lovely boy. Help me with carried my groceries home.
His hands are a little cold, but
Have you seen the way he ice dances?
it's beautiful. Truly a work of art.
Yeah, Sonya, we haven't really seen that much of Sonya, and she's just annoying so far.
Yeah.
I want her to be good. Because
She won't be.
I like her, but I don't. You know?
Yeah. I know exactly what you're saying because I feel the same way. Like, I really want to like her. They're not going to make us like Kitana because she's the perfect princess.
Yeah.
So Sonya Blade is our one chance at a decently developed female character.
And I will say, it is nice at least that they have clearly settled on a thing for her beyond just being the girl. I just wish that that thing wasn't that she's the one who makes annoying one-liners.
Yeah.
It's just unfortunate.
Yeah.
She at least shares it with Jax. They're both doing it.
They have each other to be horrible together.
Yeah, and they do tend to hang out together, don't they?
Yeah.
I noticed, I mean, it's the 90s, so you know they have to pair characters off. That's just the thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I noticed that it seemed like with this episode, they can't quite decide whether they want to pair Kitana off with Liu Kang or Sub-Zero.
So they just stuck her with both.
Yeah, but they have like shipping moments with both of them. Did you notice that?
Yeah.
So I don't know if they're heading towards a love triangle story. I hope not, but
I hope Kitana realizes that she's a powerful woman who doesn't need a man.
oh, if the last episode she just pairs off with Sonya, that'd be great.
That would be great.
And then Liu Kang and Sub-Zero get together.
Yeah.
Because they've done more bonding already than Liu Kang's done with Kitana.
Listen, there is a strong bromance in the air.
Yeah, there is. I could smell it. It's like Lynx. I guess Axe body spray if you live outside the UK.
My eyes are stinging from it.
I guess we've squeezed all the juice we can get out of this rock. Out of this skeleton.
We used our big metal arms and squeezed the juice out of it.
How's that for a lesson in anatomy?
I don't care for it at all.
The one thing I will say about this episode, the one thing that I wish was fleshed out more, is the dinosaur.
There's really a story that needs to be told there.
I just want, like, what?
Why
What?
is there a random dinosaur?
Yeah, in the cave of the dishonored dead.
Yeah, like, is it supposed to be a guardian? Does it keep people out? Does it keep the souls in?
It didn't do any of those things. Clearly.
But neither did Scorpion. If they can defeat Scorpion in a single episode, that dinosaur had no chance.
They defeated that dinosaur in a single moment.
In a single frame.
He didn't even... It genuinely looked like the dinosaur hadn't fully registered them as being there yet.
Right.
Because its body was turned away from them. It just turned its head to look at them. And it was just like, huh. And it was regarding them with interest when they froze it solid.
Kitana was terrified of this thing that hadn't done anything to them.
That's true. And she is from here, so maybe she just knew something that we don't.
Oh, I just figured that she got jump scared and Sub-Zero freaked out too. Like, you know when you're playing a game and a friendly jump scares you and you accidentally shoot them?
Yeah, all the time. That's like half my experiences in Left 4 Dead.
I know.
Anyway, thanks for joining us, everyone.
We're sorry you had to listen to this.
Mortal Kombat Defenders of the Realm. You should watch it. It's hilarious.
It is really funny, but not particularly enjoyable. I just remembered the first episode had those two robot guys just kind of unceremoniously introduced and then defeated.
Yeah. Sector and Cyrex.
That's them.
I wonder if they show up again. Oh, they do. Okay.
How do they get more screen time than Scorpion?
They must have been saving him for season 2, right?
One can only hope.
It's the only thing that makes sense.
Yeah.
We might end up just covering this entire show because there's only 13 episodes.
And they're all probably crazy.
Yeah. So if we keep doing this show for years, eventually we'll cover all of this show.
Unless people want to pay us to watch it. And then we'll cover it a lot sooner.
That's true. Yeah, if you donate a certain amount to our Patreon, you can actually request episodes. That's one of the things that you can do.
It's written right there for all to see. We're not making it up to dupe you out of your money this time.
Patreon.com/Super Breakfast Friends Club. Come and you can listen to outtakes from the show and demand we do certain things that you want to see us do.
Within reason.
Within reason.
If you would like us to curl your frozen body into a pyramid, we might oblige.
I feel like we need to learn at least 2 new skills.
All we need is 1 new skill and a bucket full of water.
But which is that new skill? Freezing or curling?
Curling can't be that hard.
You don't think? It's an Olympic sport.
I mean, professional curling, sure, but...
Oh, what? We're going to do an amateur job? Someone's going to give us money to curl them into a portal and we're going to do it amateurishly.
So you're saying that we need to dedicate the next few years of our lives to learning how to curl so that maybe one day someone would request that we curled their frozen body into a pyramid?
Don't be ridiculous. We'll wait until they donate and then we'll start learning.
I feel like we're gonna need to be, like, professionally proficient in a lot of skills if that's the metric we're going by.
We're just gonna have to, like, if someone donates and asks us to curl their frozen body into a portal, at that point we'll have to be like, please allow us 5 or 6 years to learn how to curl professionally on the professional circuit. We'll go through all the training and then we'll get to the end and our trainers will be, we think you're ready for the Olympics, and we'll be like, perfect, but no thanks. We have our own thing to do. We had our own reasons for going to all this trouble.
We've already achieved our goal.
This was for the fans, not for the medals.
This was for the fans. Now excuse us while we curled them into a pyramid hole.
It's what they paid for. You can find us at coffee.com/Super Breakfast Friends Club.
If getting curled into a portal is not your thing.
Or on Twitter at SBreakfastFC. If you listen to this podcast in a place, that's one of the places you can find it.
Wherever you are, that's where you are.
But you can also find it on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and some other things.
We're professionals.
No, we're not. Nobody's paying us.
Your mother is.
Not right now. Her bank keeps declining the payment.
Ma'am, we're doing it for your own good.
Bye. Say for me some words.
Some words.
Words have been said.
We've done it. We've created podcasts.
Save episode.